जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन। जमुना तेरा वनचारी। जमुना तेरा वनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन। जमुना तेरा वनचारी। जमुना तेरा वनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी। जय राधा माधव जय राधा माधव राधा माधव जय राधा माधव। जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय। जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद। नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतशिष्य माता भय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की। इस्कॉन ब्यूटी फाउंडर आचार्य डिवाइन ग्रेस श्रील प्रभुपाद की। जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतशिष्य माता भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर श्रील प्रभुपाद की। श्रील भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर प्रभुपाद आविर्भाव तिथि महामहोत्सव की। समवेत गौर भक्तबिंद की। जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण की। श्री श्री ललिता विशाखा जी की। श्री श्री गौरनिताय की। जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की। समवेत गौर भक्तबिंद की। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की। हरिनाम संकीर्तन की। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshusunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishnaprasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine. Vancha kalpatarubhascha kripa sindhu vaevacha patitanang pavanebho vaishnavebho namo namaha. Namo mahavadannaya Krishna prema pradayate Krishnaya Krishna chaitanya namne gauratishe namaha. He Krishna karuna sindhu deenabandha jagatpate Gopesha gopika kanta radha kanta namastute. तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओं नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओं नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओं नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नष्टकी। So reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 42, Text number 12. Yesami te griham subhru pungsam adi vikarsanam sadhitartho agrihanamna panthanam tang prayanam parayanam. Yesami te griham subhru pungsam adi vikarsanam sadhitartho grihanam na Panthanam taparayanam Swami te griham subhru Pungsamadi vikarsanam Saditartho agrihanamna Panthanam tang parayanam. Yes, Swami, I will go. Te, your. Griham, to the house. Subhru, O you who have beautiful eyebrows. Pungsam, O of men. Adhi, the mental distress. Vikarsanam, which eradicates. Sadhita, having accomplished. Arthaha, my purpose. Agrihanam, who have no home. Na, for us. Panthanam, who are traveling on the road. Tam, you. Para, the best. Ayanam, shelter. Translation and purport. Translation. Lord Sri Krishna said, O lady with beautiful eyebrows, as soon as I fulfill my purpose, I will certainly visit your house, where men can relieve their anxiety. Indeed, you are the best of refuge for us, homeless travelers. Repeat. Lord Sri Krishna said, O lady with beautiful eyebrows, as soon as I fulfill my purpose, I will certainly visit your house, where men can relieve their anxiety. Indeed, you are the best refuge for us, homeless travelers. Purport. One line purport. By the word agrihanam, Sri Krishna indicated not only that he had no fixed residence, but also that he was not yet married. Mukam karati vachalam pangulanghaite gring jat kripatamham bande Sri Gurudinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanyeshwaram Namang Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimateja Pataka Somanitanamine Namacharya Padayana Tekapa Padayana Gaurakata Dhamadayana Gurugamatarana. Hare Krishna. Today is very special and auspicious day. Today is the appearance day, Vyasa Puja of His Divine Grace, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Prabhupada. Before we discuss about him, we'll discuss something about this verse, then we'll talk about Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. I have to go for a program, so I have to leave a little early. up to 8:45 I'll speak, 8:50. I was not supposed to give class, but Prabhuji has requested to give a class up to 8:50. The chapter is entitled The Breaking of the Sacrificial Bow. Krishna has entered Mathura to kill Kamsa, right? So Kamsa was the uncle. That's why Krishna is very much criticized. He killed his own uncle. So Krishna, whatever he does in his pastime, many people criticize him. So to be criticized is normal feature of this material world. Whatever you do, somebody will be there to criticize you. Because nothing is perfect in this world. And we are imperfect. Material world is imperfect. Our seeing is imperfect. So everything is imperfect. So therefore even the Supreme Perfect, the Supreme Personality of Godhead comes and does activity, that is also seen as imperfect. That is the nature of this world. We get discouraged by people criticizing us, right? So criticism is good or bad? Those who criticize, it's not good for them. But who is criticized is good for them. So criticism should be accepted as blessing in disguise. So I was reading an article, beautiful article. So it describes about Arjuna, Karna and Duryodhana. So Karna was very close to Duryodhana. Duryodhana used to glorify Karna like anything. And Karna used to heavily criticize Arjuna. That was the Leela. So what is good? Duryodhana glorification of Karna is good for Karna, or Karna's criticism to Arjuna is good for Arjuna? So we have to analyze that. So Duryodhana glorified, and that leads Karna to prove that he is great. But Karna criticized Arjuna, and because of that criticism, Arjuna was always alert. And he was always in the mood of improving. So life is a choice, whether you want to prove or whether you want to improve. In this world, people want to prove that we are great. But material world, if you want to advance in Krishna consciousness, that mood of proving is not so favorable. If you want to prove, then you will not advance in Krishna consciousness, you will go down. But if you want to improve, that is favorable for our Krishna consciousness. So conscious criticism was a scope for Arjuna to improve. But Duryodhana's glorification for Karna was an opportunity for Karna to prove. That's why Karna was defeated. So those who want to improve in their life, accepting criticism as blessings, they will be victorious in life. And who get most criticism? Those who are most advanced. They get most criticism. Those who do things, they get criticism. And those who do not do things, no criticism. So Krishna, in this verse, it is explained that lady, by the touch of Krishna, she became beautiful. Right? She was very ugly looking. But as soon as Krishna touched, she became beautiful. So we are also ugly in this material existence. But as soon as Krishna touches us, we become beautiful. So beauty does not mean external beauty. Beauty of this material world may be very nice for some people, but in due course of time, that beauty will disappear. Everybody will become old. And even in old age, the most beautiful lady does not look nice, right? And when people die, the beautiful lady dies. We say, oh, such a beautiful dead lady. Whatever beauty you may have will be dead, right? But the real beauty is the beauty in Krishna consciousness. That beauty is eternal. So therefore, instead of hankering for material beauty, we should hanker for spiritual beauty. Everything in this spiritual world is beautiful, super beautiful. And that beautiful form is our spiritual form, Satchidananda Vigraha. That is our real beauty. But instead of recognizing that, we focus on our material beauty. Hairstyle, this style, that style, right? We do so many styles, even after becoming devotees also, no? What to do? Conditioning is there. And that's why cosmetic industry is very rich. What to do? We have attraction for our body. Although we give lecture every day, we are not this body, but we are still convinced that we are this body, right? Otherwise, so much beauty we want to show to this world, how beautiful I am. But Krishna is not attracted by the beauty. Krishna is attracted by the love. So beauty does not mean love. We can be beautiful, but our heart can be lusty. That is ugly. So therefore we have to awaken our real beauty in the heart by awakening love for Krishna. So Krishna left the gopis also. How many gopis Krishna left? Krishna was dancing with Satakoti gopi, 1 billion gopi. But when Radharani thought, oh, I am so great, because Krishna is only with me, so Krishna left. The most beautiful lady in the whole creation, he left it. Because Krishna is not attracted by the beauties of the gopis. Krishna is attracted by the love of the gopis. So love is the real beauty, and that should be our goal. But this lady, by the touch of Krishna, became beautiful but became lusty also towards Krishna. But Krishna also reciprocates. Whether you are lusty or not lusty, have love, no love, Krishna reciprocate according to our own surrender. Jajathamam prapaddante tangstataiva bhajamaham. So Krishna reciprocated with that lady, okay, I have some work now, I'll go to your house. And he indicated also that I am not married. So don't worry. So in this world also, we don't want to show that we are married, then people will not be attracted, right? But in this world, that attraction does not have any value. But this lady was attracted to Krishna. That's why he is great. So, Pipsa Marsham. Prabhu, we sit on the chair. The chair is there. You? No, no. So real beauty is not external. But here Krishna was reciprocating with that lady who became beautiful, and he told that I'll come to your house one day after I finish my mission. So this is all about this verse today, but today is a very special day. That's why we'll discuss about something which is the day today, that is the appearance day of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And talking about him, I am extremely feel humbled, because talking about Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is very, very difficult. But for our own purification, for our service rendered towards him, we should speak something about him today. And I am feeling also very humbled in the presence of Rasraj Prabhu, and to speak something about him. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Prabhupada said, what can I say about him? He is a Vaikuntha man. He is from Vaikuntha planet. So by this Prabhupada indicated that he is eternally liberated soul coming from the spiritual world. And he is a Nayana Manjari in Krishna Leela. And he appears as Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur to propagate the mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was a revolutionary preacher. And he also revolutionized the sannyas ashram in Gauriya line. So he did so many revolutionary things and established the foundation of Krishna consciousness. And Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of ISKCON, just moved forward with that foundation and spread the mission of the spreading of the holy name all over the world. But actually, Bhaktivinoda Thakur started it, and Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur established in India, and Prabhupada just took that and spread all over the world. We cannot separate Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur and His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Very strongly connected there. So Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was a lifetime brahmachari and became a sannyasi, although his father was a grihastha. And he also told that if I know that I can produce Krishna conscious children, then I can produce 100 Krishna conscious children. But I am not so confident that my children will be Krishna conscious, so therefore I don't want to marry. And he was born by the request of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, because Bhaktivinoda Thakur wanted to propagate the mission of Krishna consciousness all over the world. He prayed to Lord Jagannath that please give me one son to me so that who can take this movement forward. So therefore he was born in Jagannath Puri, and because he got the blessings of Jagannath, and as a blessings he was born, his name was Bimala Prasad, Bimala Devi. Bimala Devi is a very special feature in Jagannath Puri, because all the prasad of Jagannath is offered to Bimala Devi first, and then it is distributed. So therefore, Bhaktivinoda Thakur has given the name Bimala Prasad. And when Ratha Jatra was going, Rath was going from Jagannath Puri temple, so that Jagannath cart stopped in front of Bhaktivinoda Thakur house and not moving. So when Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur mother brought Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur and put on the chariot, one garland fell from Lord Jagannath, and Pandas, they recommend, is a very great soul. And after that, cart started moving. So by this we can understand the extremely exceptional personality he was. And he was instructed by Bhaktivinoda Thakur that take initiation from Gaurakrishna Das Babaji Maharaj. This is also very nice combination, unity in diversity. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was a very scholarly person, extremely scholar, high scholar. But Bhaktivinoda Thakur told him that take initiation from Gaurakrishna Das Babaji Maharaj. So Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur went and asked for initiation. And Gaurakrishna Das Babaji Maharaj said, Babaji, he said, no, how can I give you initiation? I don't know to give you initiation. But he was pushing. He said, I will ask Krishna. Then after some days, again Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur approached him. He said, what happened? He said, I forgot to ask. He said, please. Then again he came. He said, no, I cannot give. Then Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, if you don't give me initiation, then what is the use of my life? Better I give up my life by drowning in the Ganges. So when he was committing like that, that touched the heart of Gaurakrishna Das Babaji Maharaj, and Gaurakrishna Das Babaji Maharaj gave him initiation. By this we can understand that spiritual relationship does not depend on our scholarship. Scholarship is needed in this world, but spirituality, spiritual advancement, Krishna consciousness does not depend on our scholarship. Gaurakrishna Das Babaji Maharaj was illiterate. How to talk about scholarship? Illiterate, cannot read and write. But he became the spiritual master of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who was one of the greatest scholar during those days. Why? Because who knows Krishna? He is Guru. Kiba Vipra Kiba Nasi Sudra Kane Noi, Jai Krishna Tattavetta, say Guru Hoy. He can become Guru who knows Krishna. Although Gaurakrishna Das Babaji Maharaj was illiterate from material point of view, but he was a pure devotee of Krishna. That's why he was a Guru. So scholarship is needed, but that is not the qualification to become Guru. In order to become Guru or spiritual master, we have to know Krishna. That is the qualification. And because Gaurakrishna Das Babaji Maharaj exhibited that quality, that's why he is Guru. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur accepted him as his spiritual master. Then Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur took sannyas. Then he started his preaching mission. And before that he did Satakoti Nam Jap, 1 billion names, and severe austerity to prepare himself to start the mission. So purity is the force. Knowledge is not the force. Knowledge is needed, but purity is the force. And to establish that, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur did lot of austerity, penances, chaturmasya, chanting 1 billion names, all kinds of things he did, I think for 10 years. And he prepared himself to start the mission, and he started his mission from Calcutta. And he was very exemplary and revolutionized the whole concept of preaching, because as a sannyasi he started using car, fancy other facilities, and people used to criticize him like anything. How come as a sannyasi you do all these things? But we have to understand that we are not sadhus. When I joined also, some of my close friends said, what kind of sadhus are you? You have your car, you fly, you do this thing, that thing, what kind of sadhu? So if you analyze properly that if we act like a sadhu, we should not do all these things. And crossing ocean is also sinful. It's not good. But we are not only sadhus, we are the missionaries of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave a mission. Prithivite acha jata nagaradi gram sarvatra pracharita hoibe mor nam. So we have some mission to accomplish. When Srila Prabhupada, our Prabhupada, established Bhajan Kutir in Mayapur, he said, it's enough for us to do bhajan and perfect our life. But if we stay like this, then nobody will come. But our Guru Maharaj instructed me that this message should spread all over the world. Mahaprabhu predicted this. In order to attract the whole world, we have to build a beautiful city here. Why? To propagate the message. Once Srila Prabhupada was in America and he was traveling in a very expensive car, limousine car. And reporter asked him, Swamiji, how come you are a Swami, old man, coming from India, using such fancy car? And Prabhupada replied very intelligently, very expert. He said that I am not an ordinary guru. I am the guru of America. Just trying to make him happy. The reporter was so happy to hear that. So I am not an ordinary guru, I am the guru of America, which is the richest country in the whole world. So I am guru of that country. And I am also the representative of Krishna, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the richest personality in the whole creation. So I am the servant of a great man, and I am also guru of a great country. So my disciples should give me a golden car. But what to do? They could not manage that, and out of love, they are giving this car. So what can I do? I have to accept it. That was Prabhupada's reply. By this, Prabhupada is giving a very strong message that for preaching, we can use everything. But for us, our life should be simple. That is the balance. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to allow everything for spreading Krishna consciousness. He used to allow his sannyasi disciple, go use car, do this, do that, but if you want to buy your medicine, go by walk. So we have to be very, very careful whether we are using the facility for propagating Krishna consciousness, Krishna service, or we want that. Pure devotees, they have the advantage that they don't become conditioned by the facilities. But we, the conditioned souls, practicing Krishna consciousness, we become conditioned. I need this, I need that. Prabhupada said in Los Angeles, in his palace, he said, oh, I am feeling same like Radha Damodar room in this Los Angeles palace. So for Prabhupada, staying in a small room in Radha Damodar temple and staying in a big palace in Los Angeles and staying in Bhajan Kutir is the same. But for us, it's not the same. We get conditioned. If you stay in certain condition, we need that. I need this car, I need this kind of room, I need air condition, I need this, that. We become conditioned. So therefore, we have to be very, very careful that we should not be conditioned. Whatever is available should be accepted. But for Krishna consciousness, for spreading the mission, we have to engage everything to propagate. That is the mission. And that principle was very strongly established by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. I'll tell one small story, then I'll finish because time is running out. We always want, oh, Guru Maharaj, give kripa, give mercy. So mercy is not like it's a product you give, take it. Mercy means when Guru is pleased, then mercy flows. Pleasing Guru is to get, that is the way to receive the mercy. Mercy is not a product like that, which can be bought. When we give our life for the service of the Guru, and Guru is pleased, then mercy flows. So I'll tell one story. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was giving a lecture. And after the lecture, he said, I think he's in Calcutta. And he said, I have a desire to open a center in Darjeeling. So those who are from Bengal, I think Darjeeling is a hill station in Bengal, very famous. People go, just like we have Uti. So Uti of Bengal is Darjeeling. So who wants to go and start the temple? Please raise your hand, he asked. Nobody is raising hand. Because the whole thing, because we want to stay at the place of happening. That is our condition also. Where everybody will be there, everything is done, we want to stay there. But to start new is the challenge. So nobody raised hand. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, okay, no problem. So tomorrow, whomever I'll see first, I'll send him to Darjeeling. So more problem. So next day morning, nobody came to the temple. Temple hall is empty. Then whole morning passed, nobody is coming to him. Breakfast time now. For Guru Maharaj, nobody is going. So Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada is waiting for breakfast. Nobody is going, who will go? Whoever will go, he has to go to Darjeeling. So one Grihastha came, one Grihastha devotee. He comes every day. So generally in Gaudiya Math, because Sannyasi and Brahmachari, they control the whole thing and they don't allow Grihastha much. So that Grihastha that day, as soon as he came, he said, Prabhuji, go meet Guru Maharaj, he is there. He said, every day I try my best to meet him, everybody stops. But today everybody is telling go, means something is wrong. Then he checked. They said, whoever will meet him, he has to go to Darjeeling. He said, no, I don't want to go to Darjeeling. I have my job, I have my family here. How can I go to Darjeeling? Then it's crisis. How to resolve? Then all the sannyasis had an Ishtagoshti, thinking what to do. Then one brahmachari was going through. So they called that brahmachari, please come. He said, we are sannyasis, okay? You are a brahmachari. So it's the duty of it is the duty of a brahmachari to follow the instruction of the sannyasis, right or wrong? He said, yes. He said, we have decided that you take the breakfast of Guru Maharaj today and give it to him. He said, okay, no problem. Very humble brahmachari. So he took breakfast prasad, entered into the room of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and by seeing him, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati was so happy. He said, oh, you are so surrendered to me that you are ready to go to Darjeeling. He said, I am so happy. From today, you will be my personal secretary. And I will decide later on who will go to Darjeeling. So this story reveals that in order to become dear to spiritual master, we have to do something exceptional. To catch the attention, even Krishna is attracted when we do something interesting. In the same way, in order to draw the attention of Guru, we have to do something extraordinary. But we have to be careful also, what is our limit. Out of enthusiasm, we want to do something very extraordinary. Once one Prabhupada disciple told, in the Western country, getting people in the Western country to preach is very difficult. So one devotee told Prabhupada, I have an idea. What was the idea? He said, the nightclub, in the nightclub, a lot of people come. So if I go and preach there, a lot of people will be available. So what do you think about my idea? So Prabhupada said, it's a good idea, but make sure you come back. Sometimes we become very enthusiastic and develop good ideas, but we have to know that what is our limitation also. We have to be very, very careful. But at the same time, we should have a sincere desire to do something extraordinary. That's why Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, don't try to see Krishna. Serve Krishna in such a way that he will come to see you. In the same way, that is the same principle for our relationship with our gurus also. We should not try to go to him and ask kripa, mercy, mercy. That is not the way to receive mercy. Do something wonderful for him, for his mission, then naturally mercy will flow. So following in the footsteps of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Prabhupada has done something exceptional by establishing this Hare Krishna movement, International Society for Krishna Consciousness, although he met his spiritual master only few times, very unknown, but he became the most brilliant disciple because he took the instruction of his guru very seriously and he did something very, very wonderful for his spiritual master, and that's why he is very, very dear to his spiritual master. So these are the some things we wanted to discuss. Time is running out for me. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada ki jai, Samaveta Gaura Bhakta Binda ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Thank you, Prabhu. Please forgive me if I have said something wrong.